Hi, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ottavia, and today I am just going to show you all the books that I read in the month of April, because of course April is gone, May is here, and I'm so excited because May is my birthday month, so I'm so happy. But anyway, I read 6 books this month, and I'm really proud of myself because last month I think I read only 5 and I wanted to try to do 6 and I managed to, so applause for me. So in terms of like April, it was an okay month for reading. Not many books really stand out except for one, which is one of my favorite book of the year so far, and is a 5-star, and I think you know what it might be if you watch a vlog that I did like a couple of videos ago, and I'm gonna come back in a minute for that one. And I read like around 2,300 pages, something like that. It was still really good. But in terms of like books, some of them were a little bit meh. Other ones, they were really disappointing. Yeah, I just didn't feel connected with anything. And then yeah, it's a little bit of like up and downs, but anyway, I'm happy that I read these. Also, I completed 2 trilogies, so I finished 2 more, which is great. It means that I am actually up to date, because I want to try to finish a series like once per month in a way. So technically, in March I didn't actually finish any, so I did 2 in April. So I actually have, I think 4 series that I finished in total, which is great. But anyway, let's just go in, and I'm gonna show you the books. Okay, so this one is from Alex Anderson, and it's called An Academy for Liars. This one was a disappointing read. Like, I was so disappointed. First of all, I gave it a 3.5 star. I still have no idea, right? Because anyway, it was entertaining. Like, I read it pretty fast. I think I read it like in 3 days, something like that. But it didn't give me anything. Like, nothing. Nothing. Even the story itself, it's about this girl, but I don't even remember her name. Lennon. Okay, so like John Lennon, Vice Lennon, the first name. She's a 20-year-old girl that she's going to get married to someone, but she thinks that she's not worth it. She's also kind of weird. Lots of things happen to her in her teenage years. Like, she's quite, how can I say, like, not really pessimistic, but kind of that kind of person that it's really weird. Let's say really weird for me, in my opinion. And she decided to leave the house where there was this party for their engagement, and also is in the first few pages anyway, it's not like a spoiler. She found out that like soon husband is actually having an affair with one of her friends, so she decided to take the car and just drive, and she's thinking actually of basically, you know, bye-bye to her for real this time. Then something happened that she hears in one of the telephone booth a phone ringing. So if it was me as a normal person, I would never picked up the phone. But because it's a book, she went in, picked up, and there's this weird voice that kind of resembled to other voices of her family and the fiance, and saying that she was being accepted to this academy, actually more academy, yes, by more Drayton College, and she doesn't need to go at 8 or 9 in the morning to have an interview and then do a test, and then she pass it, she's basically into this college. And she does that, of course, and the story goes from there. I can say that I love the story all about like this college, how it came about. And it's a college where there's people that have some kind of powers, especially persuasion, some of them. And also that's one of the actual subject that they are learning. And there's so many things. So it's all about like how the mind works, and also disturbing the mind. And that was really interesting. But at the same time, I didn't care about it like relationship or love in general here. I think it was too much forced. A little bit, even the like the things happening and all this kind of mysterious thing, I just didn't get it. Yeah, one thing also that I didn't know, like there's a lot of assumptions of drugs as well. So in case you're not really into books like that, then this is not for you as well, because also a lot of manipulation as well in here. I am not really up for drugs, to be honest, so I wasn't expecting it. Even some other aspect of this book, it gave me a little bit of an ick. I think I wanted this to have been done in a different way, even though I still enjoy the premises of this college, because I think the college was more interesting than Lennon and the story of the teacher and so on, so on. Feel a little bit of anxiety when you read this book, which is, I think, what the author wants you to feel, which is great. So, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep this book in my bookcase, and I do this every single time. If I'm not really sure of a book, or if I didn't like it, I'm just gonna get rid of it straight away, because I only have one bookcase. Well, this my boyfriend's bookcase, but I have my own on the other side, on the other room, and I just can't keep one that I don't feel like I want to read again. So yeah, 3.5 star. I will never read it. I was thinking maybe my boyfriend would maybe read it and enjoy it, but at the same time, I can't explain it to him, the situation, and it's just like, it's not really his thing. So yeah, first one done. So we started in April with like a meh reading. Then the second one is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which I didn't know. I thought it was actually real, like real people, when instead it's just like a story of Stevie Nicks and how she came about in the actual group that she was in, and then becoming like her own self. But by first I thought it was something new. Can you imagine? I was so stupid. I didn't get it. I didn't know. But anyway, I read this one. I know there is a series on Amazon Prime, which I haven't watched it yet. I didn't have the time, but I will for sure. And I actually decided to also listening to the audiobook, and I think I did the good thing of reading it but at the same time listening to it, because how it's written is written more in a certain way, where you have the person, so Camilla and then Graham and then Warren. Is that kind of like an interview without actually a question, so just following up with what happened from this year to the year. It was a fine read, like nothing really like big or amazing. I think I give it a 3 star as well, just because it is nice, but it's about this girl in this situation here as a fictional Daisy Jones, and also the Six, I think it was calling the other group. Basically they can kind of combine together. They were kind of popular, both of them, and there's a lot of like, you see what happened usually in the 60s and 70s era, and which is a nice vibe. I do like that vibe, but it was fine. I'm not gonna keep this book with me. I think that if you want to read this book, just listen to the audiobook. But it was okay. I think that I was expecting something like The Seven Husbands Will You Go kind of style. Not actually the same premises, of course. But yeah, there was something, So even the second book wasn't literally the greatest, but oh well. Next one, instead, I finally finished the Powerless trilogy. So I read Fearless, and I have also a reading vlog that I did. So if you want to know about this book, you can just watch that one. And I give it a 3.5 star. It was much better than Reckless, but still not as good as Powerless. I had still some problem with the author, like how she was placing things, but I was really happy to see her growth in the writing style. The writing style was so much better than the other ones, for sure. The finale, so the ending, I enjoyed it in a way. I enjoyed it. Not my favorite, but it was a nice conclusion. I know that she's going to bring more books around maybe certain areas of this world, which is actually pretty nice. But still, I didn't get it, and it's not going to be a spoiler, but there are some trials in it. I didn't get it. It just was like, placed in there, why not? Because I do like trials, but in this particular situations, I was like, why are you doing it again? Like, no. Nice little hints of things that were going to happen at the ending, which I really enjoyed. I think you know what it is about. But it's about this girl called Payden. She's been chosen to get to this trial just because she helped the enforcer, which is the son of a king, to basically participate in these trials. The problem is that the people that are actually in these trials has this kind of powers. She doesn't have it. She's powerless. But she has some wits, that she's pretty good at understanding the people, so she's going to tell everyone that she's a psychic, just because she can profile people, so she can kind of see how they are and stuff. And here you start to like, she noticed that she's not as great as the other people, of course, and since the enforcer is also part of this trial, she decided to be with the enforcer just to try and be with him and stuff. And then there's a love story, then there's a little bit of triangle, and then so on. And it was good premises for Powerless. I think a nice first book, especially for the author, that it was the first book that she wrote, even though she has with a lot of the books that she kind of took inspiration from. But I'm happy that I finished this trilogy. Fearless wasn't my favorite, but much better than Reckless. Reckless was disgusting, and I can say, just watch that reading vlog. I'm just gonna put it down below, so like this you can check that one out. And finally, another book that I read that I love, that I have also a reading vlog, which I'm gonna leave it down below. And this is my favorite book ever, like ever, of this year as well, but even in general. I love his author as well. I gave his book 5 stars, and is The Book That Held a Heart by Mark Lawrence. And I am in love with this book, with this trilogy itself, which actually finished the trilogy. So, tick, another trilogy done. What can I say? I loved it. I freaking loved this book. You will see in the reading vlog that I was crying at the, at the ending. I can say that how it ended, I still think that it was a good ending. It was done really well. Abrupt in some areas of things that happened in this book, but still good. And I really hope, and I'm actually gonna say to everyone, you need to read this trilogy immediately, okay? So the first book is called The Book That Wouldn't Burn. And you see 2 perspectives. So we have Eva and we have Livira. Eva is someone that actually lives in this big library. So he's been living there since he was born. This library, together with 2 brothers and 1 sister, which are actually not really connected to each other, but they were there. And 2 other people, which I'm not going to say now because then it's going to be a spoiler. Basically, he's living there and he's trying to see how to get away from this library. And then we have Livira. Livira is from the Dust, which is an area where there's not much to do. It's not like a nice place to live, basically. And then something happened that these creatures are right there to basically kill everyone. And she managed to be saved in a way and brought to the actual city where this library is. And she managed to, even though she doesn't know how to read, how to write, to enter to become part of the library. So kind of like a librarian, but first more like a scholar. And the story goes from there, because I don't think I need to say anything else. But the important thing of this trilogy is a book and the importance of the library, and also these 2 protagonists. And it was so good. Like this book as well, for the ending, it was remarkable. Like, mwah, chef kiss. Like I literally love it. I'm still thinking about this trilogy, especially also this book, because I just read it now, and it was so good. Like 5 stars, the best book of the year so far, or one of the best, but this one was magnificent. And then I have 2 more ebooks that I read, because I actually went to Italy for a couple of days and I needed 2 ebooks. I didn't want to bring like a physical book because I didn't have a space in my luggage. And I went to NetGalley and I managed to get 2 ARCs from there. So thank you so much, NetGalley, and for the authors as well for giving me the opportunity to read the books. And one of them is called The Rose in the Shadows by Arcadia Rain, and it's a book that is already out. So it was still there in the ARCS section, but it came out I think last year. And surprise, surprise, I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4-star. Even though, how can I say, it wasn't the greatest, it wasn't like innovative kind of story, but it was entertaining. So this ebook came out the 11th of April 2024, and it's part of the House of ARCS trilogy series, I'm not sure. And actually the second one is coming out on my birthday, the 8th of May. So I really would like to read this one. And yeah, it was entertaining. It gave me what I wanted, something fast-paced, something quick, something with a little bit of drama, a little bit with political situations, and it's a really cool concept because I do like it. So we are in this world where some people are kind of connected to the gods, so it's quite mythological in a way, so it takes a lot of inspiration from that. And we have something happens that this girl with some kind of magic, she's distracting things around, and they manage to actually capture her. But the problem is that when she wakes up, she doesn't remember her name, where she's from, what she's doing. She doesn't know anything, all right? And the thing is that this person is actually connected with a power god, especially from the House of ARCS, because she has a tattoo here, like on the chest. Every single person that is kind of descendant or has power of the gods has some type of tattoos to basically show to people what they are. So that was really interesting. She finds out as well in the end that she's the last descendant of a god of the underworld, because it's upon his checks, and I think it's called also ARCS if I'm not mistaken. One thing that I can say is, like, I have a love relationship with Fia, which is actually the protagonist, or the person that she doesn't remember her name, kind of decided to call herself Fia or Fyodora. I also like a little bit, there's like a romance in it, but at the same time this love, it wasn't forced, so which is what I'm happy about. It was a little bit slow burn, but to be honest, it wasn't really necessary. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but we will see for later. Yeah, I'm really excited to read the next one because hopefully it's gonna be really fast-paced. Yeah, I'm not sure if I will this month, like in the month of May, because I have many other books I want to read, but it was really entertaining. So hopefully it's going to give me the same vibe, the same thing for that. But we'll see. And then the last one from NetGalley that I read, it's a book that hasn't come out yet, and it's coming out in July 2025. And it's called A Kiss of Hammer and Flame by Emmy de la Force. It was a disappointment. I give it 2.5 star. It didn't give me anything. Like, nothing that I wanted. And the premise is really good, because it's like you are in this world where there's these 3 particular kingdom, and then there's another one in the middle called Ilstromia, where there's some kind of prophecy that someone is gonna come again to bring peace, and there's like a long prophecy that I'm not gonna tell you because it's not something that you need to know at the moment. Then we follow this person called Kara, that she's a blacksmith, and she's pretty good. She makes really beautiful swords and for the realm that she's from. The thing is that one day someone or some kind of lord comes in and asks her to just create a sword for him without him giving any direction. She does that. The problem is that what's been found out is that she creates something to the pommel of the actual sword of a insignia or like symbol of this kind of prophecy. So now everyone wants her because everyone wants to reach this place and basically conquer the world in a way instead of going to, reach for peace. From a premise like this, sounds really interesting, right? but the writing style, I didn't get it. It was too abrupt. It was jumping in too many places. The romance in it was forced. It was abrupt. I didn't understand it. Why she liked the guy or whatever. It doesn't make sense. Also, there's the thing that she's the best. She's this. She's that. Like it, just immediately in one go. I didn't get it. The only thing that was really interesting was the Elstromia history and the prophecy. But anything else in terms of that, it just was really not for me. So, just because I think I read many books that are similar to something like that is not really for me. But if someone is the first time, why not? Why don't you try it? It's going to come out in July. But for me, I'm not going to continue in case it's going to be a series. Yeah. I hope I explained it okay, but this is kind of like how we finished April in a way. So yeah, there you have it. These are all the books that I read in the month of April. I'm still happy that I read especially these 3 books plus the 3 ebooks as well. It wasn't like the greatest month, so hopefully May is going to be a really good month for reading as well. And yeah, that's it. I have nothing else to say. Anyway, I hope you like this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, please go like this video like I said and subscribe to my channel. And you can also find me in different areas of the internet like Instagram and TikTok as well. I haven't been there in ages, and I've been saying that I need to go there more often, but I don't do it. But oh well, it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you read any of the books that I said, and especially if you read this one. And I'll see you next time in my next video, which I'm not sure which way it's going to be, but you're going to find out soon anyway. Bye, ciao.